Welcome to Nisinuga Reflections. We're talking about marriage, that thing that touched the heart. Marriage, what is it? Why do people marry? What kind of marriages do we have? And what steps are you to take? What are the things you note before you sign that dotted line, before you sign in your heart, your value? Okay. So here is what we know. So if you have any question or comment, just bring it up in the comment section. What is marriage? Marriage is a union between two hearts that have trouble, that have chemistry. They care for one another, two adults, majorly of the opposite sex that come together to form a family, to live better afterwards, to enhance one another, to help to build one another, to be each other's keeper, to be each other's advisor, guidance, and so on like that. That's why it is normally said two hearts coming together, bonding together. Marriage is expected to be romance, so expected to be sweet. That is the ideal. But are we in the ideal, or we are far from the ideal, or are we still working towards the ideal? Or the ideal is an illusion? Come along with us. Why do people marry? People marry for different reasons. I don't know why you choose to marry. I don't know why you desire to marry. I don't know why you are married. But the reasons vary from companionship to association to pity to fulfilling parental desire, societal desire, personal desire, spiritual desire, and so on. However, it should be noted that marriage affects your whole life, your whole being. Whatever you might have achieved before marriage, if the marriage is not contracted very well with a very good partner, it can destroy the very essence of your being. And if you do it with the right partner, somebody that shares similar values with you, it will be pure heaven on earth. You'll just be rebounding and rebounding from one level of joy to another level of joy. It will be heavenly bliss on earth. And that will affect also the children that come forth. And if there are no children, two of you will still be like lovebirds till your old age. And that's why you should just listen to this video, watch it very well so that I can pick one or two things. Now, various experiences in marriage, I will just give a word for each. Then pick the one you see around you, the one you are experiencing. Marriage can be sweet, very sweet, like honey. Marriage can be heavenly, like heaven on earth. That's why you say, my love, my sweetheart, my joy, my sugar, my butter, my margarine, my honey, my sweet darling, my sweet petushki, just call that one. That's what Yorubas call orekorikosun. That is, if you don't say that, your lovebird sleep will vacate your eyes. If you don't hear his or her voice within 1 hour, your life will seem to be in an imbalance. Okay, 1 hour may be an exaggeration, but within a day, thank God for the internet, because wherever you're on the internet, through different means of communication, Facebook, WhatsApp, you can messages, email, and so on. There will be different means of communication. So you always be in touch. Then it can be a roller coaster that is up and down, sweet today, bitter tomorrow, quarrel today, joy tomorrow, and so on. Like it can be a roller coaster. It can be endurable, just managing it, because just say that, well, this thing is not as I planned, it's not as I envisioned it. It can be toxic, very, when someone is toxic and poisonous. You only take each day at a time. You only believing that you'll be able to survive. So whenever you're able to survive each day, you breathe a sigh of relief. Okay, that's a toxic one. Then we have one some that are very traumatic. Traumatic. Those are the ones that even it has to affect your very essence of your being. You cannot think straight at work. It affects your business. It affects your relation with other people. You gradually become a shadow of yourself. Then they can befriend me. Friend me means is an enemy that has posed to be a friend, and now when you are married, he now brings out, or he or she now brings out a lifestyle that you qualify. Be say, is this you? You are not, he was not shouting with us, she was not shouting with you, always listen, but after you marry, you sign the dotted line. Like we call in Yoruba, Orukati Dowono, now that you sign the dotted line and you have signed, you have given the oath before God and before men, either within the registry or in the church, whichever, or in the mosque, what you call Nikai. Nowhere, you cannot just go by, you might say you don't want to be a divorcee. Then, like one video that I saw some weeks back, that boy was behaving as if he was the most gentle guy, but they were still they were still cutting anyway. But anytime the girl got a phone call, she would just, as soon as she's smiling on, he saw her smiling on the phone, he would just call, why are you smiling on the phone? Who are you talking to? Can you imagine? Very possessive. Sometimes we just take the phone and smash it and snap on it. And following day, he will buy another one for her and will say sorry. You can imagine what kind of life is that? Is that one not traumatic? It can be very painful. It can be decorative. Decorative means, well, you just managing it, just living by. It can be like strangers on the moon. Like I've heard stories, in counseling, you see different ones. You see stories that husband and wife live in the same house for months. They don't even say good morning, and they live under the same roof, in the same apartment. Even some that sleep on the same bed, not even good morning when they get up. So, and it can be simply hellish, hell on earth. And that's the one that is most dangerous. In that case, it leads to fatality. And we don't want that. That is why this video is very paramount to you. So here we shall mention 7 relationships or 7 reasons for which you should not get into marriage. I'll just highlight them. So if you have any question or comment, please share in the comment section and you'll be guided accordingly. This first one is marriage due to family or societal pressure. They say you have come of age, you've got a good job. What are you waiting for? Marry, marry, marry. So the first person that come on the line after the pressure was becoming unbearable for you, you say, well, let me just shut their mouth and just put away so that they can call you Mr. Responsible or Mrs. Responsible. You're not married. You now wear that ring and show them. Say yes, Mrs. Responsible. You satisfy them. But the person you marry to is a devil in disguise, or she's a devil in disguise. Like one movie we watched, another movie many years ago, she's called She Devil. So you don't do that because it can bring lack of connection. Okay, because you just married because society pressure. There's emotional distance because you are not emotionally connected. You live in 2 different worlds, and there may be hidden resentment. I actually don't love you, and I actually don't love her. It's because I was pressured into doing it. So please maintain your lane. Just stay on your side. I'm feeling of being trapped because I wasn't ready for it. I didn't want to do it, but I was pushed to do it. That's the first one. So don't ever, as much as within your power, don't get into any forced marriage due to parental pressure, family pressure, or societal pressure. They may say you are the MD. An MD should have a wife. Like in Nigeria, we have some artists, some movie stars. They are in their 40s, and they say, she has all the money. Why not marry? You see that some of them, after being forced into marriage due to this either family or societal pressure. Just see that after some months or some years, you just see cracks. It seems social media that will now blow it that their marriage has collapsed because it wasn't well structured. Number two, marry for convenience. You just marry the person because he's the first person that comes on the way and he or she looks all right. Well, I think we can go by it's manageable. You don't marry somebody because you want to manage the person. You want to marry somebody you love, somebody you cherish, somebody you have a lot of common values to share. So what do you discuss? What do you work on together? What are your goals together? In what area do you collaborate together for the betterment of your life, of your family, and of your children that may come, and of everything that you hold dear? So you don't marry for convenience because some people may do it because it's easy, because you already know the person, especially if you say he's a childhood friend. Well, that one at least I've known him. It's when you now get married, you now see that there is more to it than meets the eye. So it may feel comfortable, but it's at the end you see that it's not just like that. The third one, just to please the other person. You may not like the other, maybe the person helped you, or the person have been good to you, or have been nice to you in quotes, but you have no chemistry with the person. The person, you don't share a lot of important values like lifestyle, attitude towards money. Your spiritual values are different, your ethical values are different. You don't like cutting corners, the person like cutting corners. You don't use swear words, you respect people, you believe in principle of mutual respect, mutual understanding, but this person looks down on others, especially people of lower class or lower status. You see the way the person even the way the person treats his or her parents and relatives, because he's now well off financially, or because he or she is beautiful or handsome and is well endowed with life values. You now say, well, I think it's okay. And the person say, well, I like you, can we marry? You just say, well, to please the person because the person has been nice, you can say, well, I thank you for everything you've been doing for me. I appreciate it. But don't let's still take it. You might have come across one or two like that. It might have been your experience. This person you've been childhood friend, or you've been classmates and you've been nice, you do projects together, assignments together, that one, well, you're friends on that level. But to go to that deeper level of relationship towards marriage, no, I don't think we are compatible. We can do that. But because he or she had been helpful to you, even with your difficult course and assignment, you now say, well, let me give it a try. It's when you now sign the dotted line, you now say that's a different ballgame. The fourth reason, marriage to escape loneliness. Well, you've been by yourself, you just want, well, I just need somebody. Yeah, I need somebody. So to drive away loneliness, to have somebody, maybe you have your own apartment and you go, afterwards you get home, you are by yourself, and when your friends come to chat with you and play with you, after some time they'll go, and maybe after some times you have three friends, three of them are already married, it becomes only you, and so you're feeling lonely. So to be able to just get somebody like that to call your own to, just like to get married, and you can say that it's better for you to deal with that loneliness until you can have that self-esteem, that way to occupy yourself, and know how to engage yourself and fill your time positively. That may way you can fill your time positively to deal with loneliness. Loneliness is not a disease. It's just a phase in life which will pass. You don't isolate yourself. So loneliness is a psychological phenomenon which can be dealt with, okay, with good knowledge and understanding. Number five is to have a marriage with a broken person or a broken situation. So somebody has just experienced a broken heart, or some unpleasant situations in life, and you just happen to know the person, and the person say, well, and you have been the like the comforter or comfort zone for the person. And I say because of that, you get married. You just see that that brokenness may come back to bounce on you. So don't marry somebody out of pity. Out of pity, it's very dangerous. So then, some that person that have uncontrollable anger is a broken person. That person that has unforgiving spirit is a broken person. That person that refuses to accept responsibility, okay, you know that. But like, in relationship, you are the one that is always making the call. You are the one that is always trying to check on the person, and after maybe 2 or 3 days, no call from him or her, you are the one that was always making the first move. And whenever you raise, well, you've not been calling me, you've been giving one excuse after the other. Or somebody that's already addicted to some unhealthy behaviors, what you call maladaptive behaviors. You know that. And you say you want to manage the person. By the time you marry, you don't marry somebody say, I will change. It depends. Or the person say, when we marry, I will change. Don't ever fall for that. So that's why in counseling, you let's start to treat that maladaptive behavior now. If agree to go on courtship or dating, you settle that. But it's not something you wait until settle. You just say that it's a life of illusion. So marriage, the sixth one is marriage without shared values. What you have in common is limited. Okay? What are the visions? What is our vision? Do you have share common vision? Because a life without a vision is a useless life. It's like a ship on the sea without a compass, without a particular direction. You don't just take whatever comes, whatever goes. No, you must have a vision for say vision for say. Even in a what vision do you have for this relationship? To what level? What home are we looking at building? What vision do you have for the children? If is it one or two children that we have? What are the now? What is your vision for me? What's your vision? Okay, you have as your wife or as your husband. You should have something like that. Somebody without that vision just say whatever life gives. No. Now, with habits for money, attitude towards money. Do you see how come out somebody that is just as money comes, he spends, money comes, he spends, no thought for investing. Say, well, money will always come, money will not always come. You have to know how to we have to have financial money, financial sense. You do that. Now, faith or beliefs is important. You believe in God, the other person does not believe in God. How do you manage that? Family priorities, then lifestyle choices. So if you don't share a lot of these things in common, then your degree of compatibility is almost zero. Then by the time you get married, two of you will be at pole ends. So what's the use? So don't marry because of that. And the seventh one is don't marry a person who disrespects you. That's one of the worst. Someone that disrespects you, looks down at you, talk down at you, doesn't appreciate you for who you are, is always complaining about A, B, C, D. And you think you can just manage the person, you say will change. After he has already talked you down, you now come and say sorry. And sorry never ends. That's a dangerous red flag. So if you have any question or comment, please share your comments. So these are some of the red flags you need to look at in this new year as you are working towards your relationship. So if you already consumed your marriage, you've already signed the contract, you're already married, and you marry for any of these seven reasons, then you need to go for therapy. You need to go for counseling. So your life needs to be guided, or else it can be one of those factors we mentioned earlier. You don't want a talk. You want a marriage in which you and your spouse can sit and on the balcony, on the veranda, go for picnic and sit and have nice time together with yourself and with your children. You share common values, not that we will be snapping at dog and cats or rat and cat in the house. somebody that respects, somebody that share your value, somebody that have good dreams for you. Once again, thank you for listening and watching. God bless you.